What are the top 3 objectives you would like to achieve if you are fortunate enough to be elected to the town board?
We still have 2 minutes for these?
Yes. 3 objectives, 2 minutes. Go.
Thanks, Dave. So I think the most important thing we need to do, my running mate Dan likes to talk about planning the work and working the plan. And I think we need to have that perspective in government. I think for too long we've just waited on our heels and allowed things to happen to us. So I think number 1 is planning. Number 2 is taking action. Again, amateurs like to talk, professionals execute and get things done. The problems facing our community, yes, they're picking up speed, but they're not new. The lack of affordable housing, the traffic, the environmental concerns, all of these, we need to take action now. We can't wait for an election cycle to get the gears of government going again. So action is number 2. And number 3 for me is addressing the looming threat of climate change. I think for far too long, local governments, particularly Southold town government, has ignored the threat of climate change. There are some immediate things that we can do. We see the county doing, for example, with considering all infrastructure projects through the lens of climate change. Before we invest hard-earned tax dollars in infrastructure, we need to make sure that it reflects the future reality of climate change.
Thanks, Douglas.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dorowski. Mr. Sanino, you are up next. Would you like the question repeated?
Sure, why not?
Absolutely.
Hello.
What are the top 3 objectives you would like to achieve if you are fortunate enough to be elected to the town board?
So, my passion, as I mentioned earlier, is agriculture. So, is this not on? That's on.
No?
There we go. So my passion, as I mentioned earlier, is preservation of land for agriculture. Preserving land is not just the answer. I know the town has done an excellent job over the years in preserving thousands of acres and buying development rights so that we wouldn't have developments. One of my goals would be to ensure that the farmer can still farm that property. There will come a time when the farmer is going to weigh out, is my property worth more money as a development, or is it better for me to take some money now and sell my development rights? We have to ensure that farmer has all of the tools necessary so that that farm can remain in agriculture for the next generation. So if we think about it, if he doesn't have those tools, the latter becomes really easy. I'm going to sell to a developer. So in conjunction with that, some of the agriculture, including my own business, incorporates agritourism, which brings traffic. So my next objective would be to work on mitigating traffic issues. I'd like to see more synergy with town police, with our local police. We see the example with Harbs. Harbs is working with the police department and the local government to mitigate the traffic on the road because their business is successful. And I don't think we as the public should penalize a business for being successful. Government's job should be to mitigate problems that arise from success. And we should be proud that we live in a successful neighborhood. But hopefully I hit it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sanino. All right, Mr. Mealy, you are next. Would you like the question repeated?
Yes. Yes, please.
Absolutely. What are the top 3 objectives you would like to achieve if you are fortunate enough to be elected to the town board?
Thank you. Let me give some love to this side of the room. Is that okay? There's a lot, but I think a simple one is easy engagement with how the town functions and easy outreach to our civics, our people. So there's a basic understanding on how the government works. I think that's an easy one. I think that's something that we don't have, or if we had it, we lost it, we didn't realize we lost it, so we have to go back and get it. And I'm going to be part, as somebody who respects the experience of all Southolders, to revitalize that. I really feel like we've lost trust in how the government works in the town. And, you know, that's something I've done. I'm a bridge builder, and I'm a consensus builder, and I want to make sure people understand what their rights are. So that's one. I just want to revisit the affordable housing, because as a growing town, we're dead ducks if we don't have an affordable housing plan. And that begs to Greg Rossi's point about having a proper plan that can lead us in the right direction. And I think that this particular Democratic slate is one of the most thoughtful in terms of, we're not just, you know, pulling things out of our hat. Mr. Lalonga is in the back of the room. He came to our schools when I was a youngster, and he taught us to look up in the sky for the wonder and the promise of what we can do if we have education and understanding. So I think we're woefully lacking with the basic education of how we talk to our citizenry and how we listen. You know, I'm sorry, you guys helped to raise me. I want to listen to you. If I get in office, guess who I'm going to be listening to? So it's important for me that you understand I value your experiences, and if you guys are going to do studies and have experts and have meetings that are comprehensive and understandable, then I want to be a part of that.
10
I think
seconds.
that's part of the solution, to listen.
Excellent, thank you, Mr. Neely. Mr. Williams, would you have the question repeated?
No, thank you. I spent the last 6 months walking door to door to many neighborhoods and talking to the residents of this town. And number one came up time and time again was the road condition. If I elect to get elected to town board, I will personally get involved in working with the town highway department to make sure that we are investing in our roads and that the road quality will improve. It's very frustrating. In addition to that, deer population came up quite a bit. I will be looking to explore ways to control the deer population, in addition to look at ways to reduce the deer tick population for the health of our community. And last one, I was making notes when the question was out. I would like to start looking, for many years, the town has been using CPF funds to buy large tracts of land to preserve our scenic vistas. And I don't know the exact number, but I know it's north of 10,000 acres at this point that we have preserved. I would like to start looking at smaller tracts of land, smaller lots, as you know, you drive by and they're clearing a wooded lot and putting up a house, and you think, man, that's a small lot. And I've said this several times, that all of the desirable lots have been developed. Hold on, because now all of the undesirable lots are going to be developed. So the town should start looking into ways to buy those smaller lots using CPF funds to preserve the rural charm of some of our communities. Those are the top 3 things that I would like to work on.
Thank you, Mr. Williams.